The movie began with how this particular orphan got obsessed with comics. He takes villains to be more awesome than superheroes. He then decides to become a villain himself, but many teased him due to his weirdness in the bus. Years later, when he turned 16, he went to apply looking all excited. Suddenly, a disgusting man, recognized as their leader, gave some instruction on how to destroy the world. Hank, being demoted for a reason yet to be known, found Lester, the orphan, playing with a combat machine. Hank then persuades him to live a normal life rather than being a villain, but Lester stands on his ground that he wants this. Eventually, the superheroes found their hiding place and took them down. Playback: Hank was spotted saving the new student. The general then punished him to mentor the new student as a henchman. As he reached, the robot then launched Lester to the general's office. Hank then took him to the main city, where he saw so many of his icons. While walking, Lester tries to take a comic, but Hank forbids it because it's a rule not to steal in Supervillain City. As Hank introduced his crew to Lester, Baron's ship landed unexpectedly. He then lied to the citizens he'll pay triple only if they work for him, but Hank stopped his crew from going and reminded them of the rules. Later on, Hank took Lester to the Villains Museum to do some simple jobs. In there, Lester got so excited about all things evil. He then opened an unveiled sheet and told Hank the orb, if broken, makes all dreams come true. As he left the scene, Jolene bumped into Hank. Immediately, he wanted to ask her out on a date. Her phone rang for duty calls. Unfortunately, she forgot her computer. Hank saw it as an opportunity, so he went after her, leaving Lester all alone. In the ship, Biff introduced Baron Blackout to the henchmen. Blackout had some difficulties in removing his helmet, but got rid of it at last. He then showed off his new villain machine, which turns humans to slimy zombies. Back to Lester, as he was admiring his icons, a mop made him trip, which landed him on a box. He then found an awesome helmet and put it on. Other part of the suit then tries to attach to his body, causing chaos in the museum. Sooner, Hank came back looking very shocked. The suit then made Lester fly out, causing more chaos in the city. Hours later, as Hank went home, the suit located Hank's apartment and crashed it. Lester never knew the suit came with emotional response. Hank got fed up and knocks him out. He then brought Lester to Jolene for explanations. But as Lester woke up, he got scared, which made the suit respond to his fear. Jolene noticed it and calmed him down. Hank wanted to go back home, but it dawns on him he could use the suit to get the orb from the museum. He then tricks her to get something for him and vanished with Lester. He took him to an abandoned place for training. There, he recalled to Lester, as he was working with Blackout, he noticed Blackout wanted to aim his machine at innocent kids, so he disabled it and got demoted. Now you know the reason. Back to the present, Hank started training Lester on how to use the suit. After that, Hank then went to convince his crew to help distract the robots while he craps the orb. It all went well, so they all met at one spot. Hanks tries to break the orb and give them a new life, but they never wanted that. So Lester destroyed the orb and they left angrily. At the restaurant, Biff kidnapped Hank's crew. Meanwhile, Jolene tries to get Lester out of the suit, but couldn't. As Lester was trying to make her forgive Hank, it gave her an idea. She then tells him to think of a happy moment, but the only happy moment, being an orphan, was training with Hank. As he opened his eye, the suit was already out of his body. Eventually, Blackout came to take care of the superheroes and began to bomb the city. Hank drove his way to get his crew, but unfortunately, he found only Old Dog. He then told Hank others have been kidnapped by Blackout. Hank then decides to face Blackout all alone, but informs Jolene about his next move. As he met with Blackout, he almost got killed, but Lester came to his rescue. Lester faced Blackout while Hank went to save his crew, but before he got there, they had an escape plan. Blackout then tricked Lester to surrender his suit to him, but never knew Lester had his own plan. As Blackout wore the suit, Lester praised him, which made him have more powers, but immediately Lester switched his praises. It hurt his feelings, which the suit responded to and blew him up. At the end, Lester didn't become a supervillain, neither was he a superhero. He transformed from a lonely orphan to a member of the Henchmen's family. Don't forget to subscribe to It's Mythical. Thanks for watching.